A very good evening, everyone. Welcome again to our fourth episode. My name is Zakele Kumalo, your host. On my side is Joseph Kimani. We are back again to unpack another season of conviction and purpose. So, as much as we'll be talking about this, stick this to your mind and make sure that you think about it as we'll be unpacking this topic. But before we go maybe on with our topic, firstly, today we want to make sure that we give some safely necessary precaution measures to say make sure that you put on your gloves when you go out, make sure that you put on your mask all the time when you go out, keep a distance, so that you are safe to the issue of coronavirus. What else can you say about that, Jay?
Yes, and also you want to stay at home and avoid
Okay.
unnecessary movement, and you want to prepare well.
Wash your hands.
Yes, you want to wash your hands
With water and soap.
with water and soap, and if you don't have water and soap, you want to use your sanitizer.
Sanitizer, okay.
And also you want to, just safe practice safe practices.
Oh yes, yes,
Yes.
yes. Because guys, whenever you practice safe practice, we'll always have you on the other side as we unpack our topic. So as we come back to our topic of conviction and purpose, what can you take? What can be your takeaway towards that? What is conviction? Maybe what is purpose?
Conviction is that strong belief in something.
Okay.
Yeah, so you are very certain that something is going to happen as you're taking it out, even if you're not very sure of the outcome.
Okay.
Yeah, so that is what leads you towards that purpose.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Actually, it's conviction and courage. Don't forget, conviction and courage.
Conviction and
So,
courage.
as you are saying, on my side, maybe on what I've read, maybe in Wikipedia, they talk of conviction to say it is the drive, or maybe to come to the point whereby you are saying this is what keeps you certain with the interest, to say it drives you to the level whereby you are sure of something, that it has to come to pass. So what would you take maybe in terms of courage?
So courage is that boldness to carry out a certain
Task.
task.
Yeah. Because
So
conviction,
once
I had
once you have that conviction, now courage will take you to the next level of actually carrying out what you set out to accomplish.
all right. Because also another part, when it comes to conviction, it also has to be in terms of issue of belief. It also to be in terms of issue of uh, the trust, or to be sure, maybe to your heart, to say you want to make sure that something comes to pass. So
Yeah, yes.
let's take maybe a little bit back further.
Yeah,
And
we just
say,
take a rewind.
yeah,
a little
and
bit.
look back on what we talk about on
Yes,
our
last week talk about
last episode.
vision and purpose and the process.
Yes, yes, yes.
So vision is that end goal that you have,
Okay.
and purpose is what now is the fuel that drives you towards that end goal.
Okay.
And also now the process, you have to trust the process.
The process.
Just like we saw that the bamboo tree, the seedling, that seedling takes 5 years
5 years underground.
underground.
Oh my God. This is why so much interesting.
Yeah, so that's why process we saw was very important, because process is now that watering every day for 5 years.
Every day for 5 years. Yes.
Until eventually it sprouts. And once it sprouts, takes only 6 weeks. 6 weeks
Yes,
to.
yes, yes. Maybe to add on that, I will just maybe to share a little bit in terms of leadership. Like last time we talked about the issue of having quality leaders, why people fear to be in leadership. We also look in terms of good quality leaders and bad leaders. So I think whenever you may have more interest in that, you can just review in our previous episode. But as we come back to our story today,
Yes.
in terms of the issue of conviction and courage, now we're in a step whereby we look in terms of the issue of coronavirus. This is one of the challenges that may be barriers towards conviction, barriers towards having the courage. As we are unpacking that today, what can you say maybe to our listeners and viewers in terms of conviction and courage?
Yes, so these two qualities are very important, because you'll find that for you to continue actually to carry out your vision and to actually carry out now your vision and purpose,
Okay.
you need to have conviction and courage.
Yes.
And that's why it's so important for you to develop those two qualities.
Okay. Yeah, as we are sharing that way, Joseph, I'm being driven actually about one thing to say courage, as we said about, it has to do with the interest, it has to do with the belief. Like one philosopher shared his story to say you balance the two, in terms of the interest, in terms of your faith. You know, what you want to see it comes to pass, you also balance with your faith. What do you do in terms of hard times, when you have got problems? How is your faith being interrupted? This is one of the few questions we might want to answer. What could be your take maybe in terms of that?
So when challenge is bound,
Mm-hmm.
that's the time when you need courage.
Yeah.
And when things are actually very uncertain,
Yes, 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 yes,
very
yes.
unsure, like
Mm-hmm.
especially like these times that we live in,
Mm.
this is the time where we all need courage.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Yes, man. I'm being driven back to say, we look in terms of the line to say, what normally happens, you find the problems or circumstances, when they come, they draw away in terms of your courage. They draw away in terms of your faith. But you need, when you've got conviction, it is when we are sure to say, sometimes I'm going through the wilderness. Sometimes I'm going through the tough times. But I've got that hope that will keep me going.
Yeah.
I've got that
And that's
faith.
hope.
You
That
know,
is that conviction.
yeah, I've got faith that something, this circumstance will end with time. Like as we were sharing about in terms of your academics, man, you'll find that some of our viewers, they are school going students.
Yeah.
You know, they feel like their dreams has been shut off. They feel like maybe I will need to restart with another year, man. You know,
Or even take a totally different course, like
yeah, yeah,
defy,
yeah, yeah.
probably
It's
drop
like
out
it's
and
like
take something different.
when we're starting this year, it's like it comes to the point whereby people are saying all those good and wishes I have about the year within 4 months. You know, it's like the year has ended. You know, it's like
Yeah.
there's nothing that can still come out. You know?
People actually just want to fast forward and do away with this year.
Yeah, yeah,
And so what you can do actually, like especially in these times,
yes.
is to be, you need to have conviction. Like, why did you take that course that you
That's
took?
the first time.
Because yes, you can always revisit and see, okay, maybe one or two things didn't work out. But now what you need to do is now um, have that belief, that conviction,
Okay.
that this thing that you've taken on, you're going to follow it through. So what you need is
Yes,
just the courage
yes, yes,
to
yes,
carry on with what
yes,
you've
yes,
already
yes, yes.
started.
What you have already started. Thank you very much,
Yeah,
Joseph.
yeah, and also that reminds me of another point. And I think it's good that you talked about, the school goals. You'll find that education is very useless when you don't have conviction.
Conviction.
Yeah,
Okay.
because you'll be studying something and yet you're not sure why you're
Uh,
even
and
studying
what
for
will
that
keep you?
particular course. Yeah.
You need that courage, yeah?
Yes. So
To
you need that
say,
conviction and courage.
as much as you are sure you want to achieve that degree, as much
Yes.
as you are sure you want to achieve the masters, but you need the courage that will sustain you through the journey. You know, even when it seems like the issue of corona is making you to slip into a cycle whereby you are stuck in whatever, man. But we need to make sure we put ourselves together. We need to trust God more than before, because we need to take that little slip of faith to say, as much as I'm practicing safe practice, but I also need to take a step of prayer, man, in that atmosphere to say, I need to trust God more. I
Yes,
need.
yes. Because how do you stand with conviction in your world? You know,
Which is quite a bit interesting.
yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes you might have that level of faith, you might have got that level of courage, but things might be seeming they're going the negative side.
The other way.
Yeah, yeah, but I heard that conviction is what is inside you. It has to come also with happiness. Happiness, you don't find it around the environment, but it's also something that is developed inside you. It's a self uh, introspection. It's a self awareness whereby you find yourself more. Even when you go through times of calamities. So, what can you say?
And I
Maybe
think just to add on to that, what you say is I mean, oftentimes in life, you'll find that the things that have been stamped by your heart are the things that you'll tend to follow through and see to it that they carried out.
Yes, 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 yes. Thank you so much, Joseph, for that. Welcome back to those maybe who are joining us right now. We are in a topic of conviction and courage. What do you do during tough times? These are the questions you should be thinking about into your mind. Joseph, there is also this part that comes maybe into my side to say, conviction is not only about your wishes, it's not only about your desires, but it also comes to the issue whereby maybe someone could try and pursue or to convince you with something, to say, like, if you want to pursue this or if you want to do this, this is the right decision you might take. So today we also want to go a step further. What is conviction in terms of that? Someone may come and convince you to say maybe if ever is taking alcohol is the best due to A, B, and C. If ever you believe in God, believing in God, it helps in your leap of faith in terms of A, B, and C. Because conviction, man, I believe it is in terms of positive or negative. But giving you those results, giving you those results that you might be want, or you want them to come to pass, but in either negative or positive side, but you still have got that persistency. You still have got to see, you want the process to be taken out. What can
So
be your take?
actually, you can't be a good marketer if you can't convince somebody to buy something.
Yes, yes.
So for you to convince me to, buy, is it alcohol?
Amen.
Yeah. So I have to believe. I have to strongly believe that that is the best course.
That's the best
that
course.
will be taken.
Yeah, even when, as you are saying that, it might even come to the point whereby you might see the negativity of the results that came out from that. But someone will be sustained to say, it's still the same process, that the courage that is taking me through to say, whenever you take alcohol, you feel good. But we know that the results, man, it has to come with your stigma. It also has to come to whereby you do things that you regret about later, But
Yes,
we want to also look in terms of the positive side
Yeah,
of
though
conviction.
we're not totally anti-alcohol. It's not
Yeah,
entirely
man.
bad.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah,
actually
yeah,
bad.
yeah. Yeah,
Just it's used, how you use it.
yeah.
That is the difference.
What
But
I known maybe in terms of my experience, or when I see people, what makes me to stay away from alcohol
yes,
is what makes the person, the results or the behavior, man, that the person practice outside that, which
yes,
now
yes.
comes with negativity to say, man, it's better stay away from that. But now when we come to the leap of faith, to say, as much as we have got a conviction, as much as we have got courage to pray, we have got courage to stick on, to say, I want to see things coming to pass. What could be your take maybe to say, if ever things are not bringing the results, but you still have got your conviction, what makes you to say, I have to pray more, I have to trust God more?
Yeah. So that's where courage comes in.
Yeah, even
That's where you need the courage, because to actually keep walking the talk.
even in the Bible, man, they talk about in terms of when you hear the story of Joshua, I think Joshua chapter 1, they're talking about to say, God was saying to the Israelites, they must have faith and of good courage. Joshua had to lead the children of Israel and maybe to the promised land. So he had to have a good faith to say, as much as Moses was no more there, but
Yeah, yes.
he has to be the leader. He has to be the person who's going to lead these people to the promised land. As we're about to sum up, what could be maybe your take in terms of conviction and courage today?
Yeah. So my take is, this is something that you need to apply in your life personally, because we all were well aware that out there, we're all on a stage,
Yeah.
and probably
And on a
it's not the
journey.
Hollywood stage, but the challenges that we're facing,
Daily.
may not be on the TV.
Yeah, yeah, Yeah.
but they're
Real life.
But they're very that's real life, you know.
It's quite a bit interesting.
Yep. So that's why we want to take heart and remain focused,
Yeah.
and now just carry out with what we our conviction, and now
In terms of courage.
so
Yeah,
bring in courage
yeah,
so that we
yeah,
can
yeah.
endure.
Yes. As we're about to sum up, guys, these are the things that I want to say to you. Practice safe practice, though. But as much as you do that, don't lose courage. Don't lose faith. Make sure that whatever you believe you wanted to see coming up to pass this year, work towards it. Even when things are tough, even when things are not coming to reality the way you want it. But make sure you practice continuously. You practice persistently, because persistently feed your fear. It feed the area of doubt. It feed the calamity.
It erases the roadblocks, the doubts. When you're having your low moments,
Yes, yes.
it also gives you that energy to keep going, and also you just get to go on dealing with, even if you're dealing with disappointments.
Yes,
and
yes,
like
yes,
many
yes.
other issues that are out there.
Indeed.
So that conviction that you have,
Okay.
if it's a business you've begun, you have to believe that
Man.
it's going to be successful, and also now you have to have the courage to
because
keep going.
as we are talking about business, there's this issue of to say, as much as businesses are affected this way, things might not come back to normality as soon as possible. But there's this forum of working online, working at home, to make sure that don't let your vision die. Don't let your purpose
Never lose sight.
die.
Never lose sight.
Never lose sight. Which is quite a bit interesting. But as we're about to end our show, guys, please make sure you like our page on Facebook. Please make sure you subscribe to our channel on YouTube, so that we can even give you more in terms of our stories. We can
and also remember to share with a friend.
I've even forgotten the issue of share.
It's very important.
Because whatever we are sharing to them, they have to share to others.
So when you discover something,
you share
something good.
All right.
To share.
All right. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Thank you so much for taking your time, your valuable time, to listen to this episode. Make sure it is visible to your neighbor. Make sure it's even visible to someone else, so that this can keep on going. This is what we want to practice. But never let your conviction die. Never. Make sure you keep with that courage. Thank you so much for tuning in, and make sure you have a very good evening.
Yes, have a blessed week, and remember, keep safe.
Safe practice. Stay at home. Make sure that this it keeps on going. As much as the challenges are there, but you need to make sure that your life is into order. Thank you very much.
Have a blessed week.